Hey class, and welcome to our final project in the peer review section for the end of this course. This is my PowerPoint. I am Tyler Carlisle, and this PowerPoint is for Dr. Megan Ford's class, Forestry 504, and might I say this was a wonderful course. Definitely resonated with me, and I hope everybody enjoys learning a little bit about the Sierra Madre de Chiapas Mountains. The Chiapas Mountains are a mountain range located in several Central American countries. They are part of the larger Sierra Madre mountain system known as the Sierra Madre Occidental and Sierra Madre Oriental. They also form part of the American Cordillera, a continuous mountain range that extends from South America through the western regions of North America. The origins of the Chiapas Mountains date back to 200 million years. The mountains were formed through various tectonic and geological processes, uplifting this range and the rest of the Cordillera Range over the periods of Earth's history. The Chiapas Mountains are renowned for their stunning beauty and rich biodiversity and ecological significance. The Chiapas Mountains are indeed part of the Ring of Fire, a major area of the Pacific Ocean known for its intense tectonic plate activity, including volcanoes and earthquakes. There are two tectonic plates at action on this specific range, the Cocos Plate, which is moving northeast direction, and the Caribbean Plate, which is moving in the westward direction. The boundary where these two plates meet is the subduction zone. In this subduction zone, the Cocos Plate is being forced beneath the Caribbean Plate into the Earth's mantle or lithosphere. The friction is causing that crust or rock to melt and turn into magma. That magma will find its way through the surface, through volcanoes or hotspots in this region. The mountains run primarily northwest to southeast in their range, and they are mostly west-facing and east-facing aspects. One of the most notorious volcanoes is El Fuego, located in Guatemala. El Fuego is known for good reason as the fire volcano for its frequent eruptions. In 2018, it had a significant eruption that resulted in large pyroclastic flows that swept down the mountainside, delivering a devastating blow to the region, causing destruction and loss of life. The human death toll was at 201. The abiotic elements were altered, and the biotic life deceased. Apart from volcanic mountains, the coastline mountains and the Chiapas regions are considered fault block mountains. Fault blocks are formed when tectonic forces cause large blocks of the Earth's crust to uplift or subslide along the faults or fractures. The movement along these faults creates fault block along the coastline. Volcanic mountains throughout and uplifted mountains inland. The region is still actively growing. The climate of the Chiapas Mountains is diverse and significantly varies with elevation and location. Within the mountain range, the diversity gives rise to a wide array of ecosystems and habitats that play a crucial role in supporting the region's rich biodiversity. At lower elevations, the climate is classified as tropical, characterized by high temperatures and abundant rainfall throughout the year. They do have a dry season between November and April, but many Idahoans will not consider this to be a dry season. Moving to mid-elevations, the climate becomes subtropical, where the weather is relatively drier compared to the lower elevations. The subtropical climate sustains tropical forests with distinct vegetation adapted to less frequent rainfall. The Chiapas montane forests, mostly found in the northeast region, are dominated by broadleaf trees. As the elevation continues to rise, reaching the highest peaks of the Chiapas Mountains, an alpine climate does prevail. The alpine climate is mostly found around the highest volcanoes in the region, such as the Tucana volcano, which stands at an impressive 4,060 meters or 13,320 feet. This is an area that is much cooler, and snowfall can occur, creating a unique environment with specialized flora and fauna that have adapted to these harsher conditions. To the east and beyond the mountains and the highlands lie the lowlands of Tequil National Park, a significant archaeological site where Mayan culture, heritage, and pyramids are protected and preserved. Unfortunately, this region also endured a tragic civil war that began in 1960 and lasted until 1966, primarily affecting Guatemala. The conflict resulted in the loss of 200,000 indigenous lives. In response to the challenges faced by farmers in the Chiapas Mountains, many have started adopting agroforestry or regenerative farming practices, which improve soil health and boost crop yields. These sustainable agricultural practices are helping to combat issues of soil degradation and low productivity, leading to better livelihoods for local farmers. And it should be noted that regenerative farming practices incorporate nature into the farmland as a substitute for agrochemicals like glyphosate and fertilizers. However, the region is facing other pressing environmental concerns. It is a significant area for coffee farming and logging, which continue to contribute to deforestation. The impact of deforestation, especially in such a biodiverse region, can have far-reaching consequences on both wildlife and local communities. Efforts are needed to balance agricultural practices and conservation and sustainability management of natural resources, protecting the area's unique biodiversity and cultural heritage while supporting the livelihoods of local communities. A plant that is endemic to this mountain region is more than just a single plant. It is known as a vascular epiphytes, also known as air plants. These epiphytes are plants that grow non-parasitically on other plants, but mainly trees and shrubs. The Sierra Madre de Chiapas serves as a refuge for more than 40% of all reported epiphyte species in Mexico and the surrounding countries. 59% were considered endemic to the Sierra de Chiapas themselves. A physiological adaptation of epiphytes in tropical mountainous regions are their ability to hold and retain water. They may have specialized structures such as trichomes or scales on their leaves and stems that enable them to capture and absorb moisture from fog, mist, or rainfall. A morphological adaptation of epiphytes in mountainous areas exhibit the profound ability to develop attachments to the host plants or trees without hurting them, and provide itself with structure and stability against wind and other environmental factors. These stabilizing structures grow in the form of aerial roots, adhesive pads, or clinging structures, such as hooks or spines. Epiphytes contribute to the mountainous region as biodiversity hotspots and microhabitats. Their ability to capture nutrients from the air, rain, and organic matter allow them to enable nutrient cycling. Epiphytes can have a cooling effect on the surrounding environment through evapotranspiration. Epiphytes play an integral role in the Sierra Madre de Chiapas mountain ecosystem. The jaguar, or the Panthera onca, is the third largest feline species after the tiger and lion and the largest in the Americas. A behavioral adaptation of the jaguar that helps the animal to thrive in the Sierra Madre de Chiapas mountains is its ability as a nocturnal hunter. By night hunting, the jaguar can avoid competition and human activity while capitalizing on its prey in combination with its morphological adaptations. A physiological adaptation of a jaguar is their highly adapted swimming ability. Due to all the bodies of water they have to deal with, jaguars are so capable of swimming in deep bodies of water and will even dive in search of food. It is not unusual for the jaguar to hunt fish in productive riverways. A great morphological adaptation of the jaguar is its camouflage. The jaguar's spots help it to blend in with the small patches of sun that reach the shady rainforest floor. It is important to understand that jaguars generally exhibit a high degree of morphological similarity across their ranges, but their colors can change depending on their habitat that they reside in. One last morphological trait that helps the big cat to hunt, hide, sleep, feed in these tropical mountains is their profound ability to climb trees. Their long claws and lighter frames and powerful muscles make it easy for the jaguar to bound up trees, dragging their meals with them. The jaguar will even live in trees most of their lives in a rainforest like the Chiapas. The Chiapas mountain region continues to face significant challenges from flooding and hurricanes, causing detrimental impacts on local communities. The people of West Guatemala and the Mexican state of Chiapas bear the brunt of these recurring floods. In this region, flooding often goes hand in hand with landslides, creating a multifaceted impact on the local ecosystems. The consequences of these natural disasters are far-reaching, resulting in the destruction and uprooting of vegetation, leading to habitat loss for various plant species and animals. The past 3 decades have seen an increase in these problems, primarily due to human activities, including extensive deforestation through unchecked slash and burn techniques. These man-made issues have contributed to land degradation and mass wasting, exacerbating the effects of flooding and landslides. As a result, the natural disasters bring with them all of these issues to the forefront, and this situation demands an immediate attention and resolution. The preservation and restoration of the region's natural resources and ecosystems is crucial. Mitigating these impacts and safeguarding the well-being of local communities and wildlife is imperative. And here are my references. I hope everybody enjoyed learning a little bit about the Sierra Madre de Chiapas. It was definitely fun to do the research on this, and I've learned a lot. Thanks for a great class. Y'all have fun. Take care. Here is one more slide of references. Thank you.